Seven is a horror film directed by David Fincher featuring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. In this scene, the rule of thirds is clearly used to create a balanced shot. It also represents the character's profession as they are in a formation. The editing keeps to the 180-degree rule, but then breaks it when the subject matter is shown, but this doesn't confuse the viewer because the location has already been established at the beginning of the scene. But some of these shots are eyeline matches to amplify the horror through the perspective of the characters there. Parallel edits are used during this scene between the SWAT team and the detectives to portray the communications between the two about the situation, and this communication is all diegetic sound, which forms a tense atmosphere and realism. The conventions of horror are very noticeable with the use of low-key lighting, which creates more shadows, and the main light sources are at low angles, which makes the scene darker. The shot sizes don't vary much in this scene, because they want to capture the emotion of the characters to impact the audience, so mid-shots and close-ups are used to show the detail in their facial expressions. The prop theory was developed by Vladimir Prop, and it determines the characters through their attributes and situation. In relation to Seven, the villain is the murderer, John Doe, who struggles against the hero. The hero is debatable, however, as there are two main antagonists, so in my opinion the hero is David Mills, because there is slightly more focus devoted to him, and the donor is William Somerset, who helps the hero. There are more characters within the prop theory, but as Seven doesn't follow typical conventions, the rest don't apply. This scene is also reflective of good versus bad, which is one element of the Levi-Strauss theory. Seven has a linear narrative and isn't multi-stranded. The ending is also closed, meaning that the film finishes when the main story has finished, which follows Todorov's theory with the equilibrium at the beginning, followed by disruption, being the murders, and then the disruption is recognized by the detectives, repaired, and the equilibrium is restored. So even in dark, dingy crime and horror, there is still a multitude of techniques used to create the genre at hand.